Yeah.
On the crowns, where do you buy those from?
The best, I'm so glad you asked. The best place to get crowns and the best place to get seed are two companies. The first is Fedco, that's where these crowns come from.
Fedco?
Fedco.
F-E-D-C-O?
F-E-D-C-O. And let me tell you about asparagus. Anybody knows about asparagus? If you plant asparagus, how soon do you get it?
3 years.
How many?
3.
3.
Is what this
I
is.
bought crowns from Fedco, Purple Passion, which is the most sweet, delicious thing. And what I did, I'm doing all the things they say you can't. I planted it under my apple trees in full shade. You're going to see it out there. You're going to see the ferns. I planted that stuff in April, and in June I'm eating the size of my finger. I could not believe how big they were the first year. I'm just telling you, man, it's huge. The other Fedco. The other company is Sand Hill Preservation Center. What I want to say about seeds, I want y'all to listen to me. It used to be we had wonderful seed companies in the United States. Burpees, Jung's, Johnny's, really awesome, wonderful seed companies. Those companies now are under the control of Monsanto. Totally. Totally.
Territorial seed too?
Territorial. Let me tell you about territorial. Have you ever used them?
Yes.
You notice in your garden when you plant territorial seeds, you have major gaps in between the seeds you planted. Because territorial has the poorest pollination of any seed I've ever encountered. I'm just telling you, pay attention. I used to use Jung's, because my grandmother did. Every seed came up. Someone told me territorial, I bought it and I had all these huge gaps. I'm thinking, what? Up with this? It's called germination quality. And they are the worst, bar none.
What was the two names? Fedco and...
Fedco and Sand Hill Preservation Center. Now Sand Hill Preservation Center has all heirloom seed. They're all heirloom. Heirloom basically are the seeds that God talked about in Genesis that plants that bear seed after their own kind. That's significant because hybrid seeds and genetically modified organisms do not bear seed after their own kind. Now you want to get the significance of that? The Creator is so generous and so kind that He designed His food so that with semi-diligence, once you have food for the rest of your life, you'll have free food because it produces seed after its own kind. The whole idea of hybrid genetically modified is to rip you off and control you and make you have to buy for them because it will not produce seed after they have you under their control. This is diabolic. This is not science. This is diabolic. Let's get real. We got to pay attention to what's going on. This is not, we say, oh, genetically modified organisms are scientific. No, they're not. They're in the front against God. Genetically modified organisms are uncreating what God created. They're uncreating it. I'm telling you, man, it's diabolic. It's not science.
So the best time to get the asparagus crowns is when?
In spring, if you order the catalog, you'll get it, and they'll send it in April. And I'm telling you, that Purple Passion is the most tender. I have people coming here in the spring, and I always do my Bill Gates speech to them because people are shocked when they eat my asparagus. I pull up asparagus, break it off the ground, I hold it up, and water drips out of it. And I give them the stem in, and I start here, and people are blown away. He can tell you how sweet and tender and soft it is. They're shocked. And I said, who ever cooked this? You know, and so I share this as these multi-billionaires like Bill Gates and all these other people that have all this money never in their entire lives eat asparagus this good. Because even if someone grew it that good, which would be hard to find, by the time it would get to them, it'd be dehydrated and wilted.
So did you eat it 3 years later? Or you ate it that
I ate it
year?
that June. We're talking 3 months.
Okay.
I was blown away. The crowns are beautiful, just huge. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I planted it under my trees in full shade where I should.
This isn't this year's right here.
Well, this has been here for many years. But what's awesome about, look how beautiful it is. Now, asparagus is something, the first thing, because this will feed you your entire life. Let me tell you the power of it. I have this row and one up in another garden, you'll see. Out of these 2 rows, every other day from April to the end of June, I get a 4-quart pot full.
Wow.
Every other day.
Wow.
It is huge. And about June, I'm getting tired of it, man, because so I eat other things in my garden. But what I love about it is the abundance.
Yeah.
And it is perennial. It'll feed you your entire life. Let me warn you, plant it on borders. Because see, this fern has to be here all summer because that feeds the crown. And so it'll be in your way in your garden. So put it on edges, on borders. It's very attractive, very nice to look at, but you don't want it in the middle of your garden because it'll take up space.
What is that?
Okay.
Asparagus.
Oh, that's an asparagus?
Those ferns.
Come look closer.
Now, those of you who are growing asparagus, be honest. Does yours look like that now?
Mine's just this year, but we didn't get any the first year.
No, but the color of the foliage and the size, do they look like that now?
Well, they're tiny.
Okay.
Babies.
I mean, these are beautiful, and this has been all summer, no rain. 15 feet of roots is pretty significant.
Yeah.
Let's walk over here and I want to. Does anybody grow potatoes? I'm gonna show you something right now that's gonna blow your mind on potatoes. Everybody grows potatoes. They're a lot of hard work. People who do it commercially, they till very deep and they plant deep. And as a potato grows, they have to hill dirt over it because it surfaces and will turn green if you don't cover it. And then they have to water a lot because potatoes take a lot of water. I planted these potatoes under my apple tree. I've never hilled because the wood chips lift. I never water because I don't need to. And I'm going to show you right now how I'm going to harvest and plant in the same space in less than 5 minutes. You're going to blow your mind. I'm just telling you, man, all this stuff they tell us is insanity. Hard work and doesn't work. This is asparagus. And that's asparagus I planted last year in April. Under my tree, afternoon sun's all gone because of the barn, so I'm doing everything they say this is will be the worst thing to do, and it's thriving. If you look at my apple tree here, you know the roots are out here, and you see around the apple tree, all those dead plants, those are potatoes that I planted under my apple tree in the root zone of the apple. Something you would never, ever do. Let's see how well they're growing. Now, if you notice, I have no tool. I'm getting on my knees. It's right where you're standing there.
You're going right there.
I'm getting on my knees, and because it's very comfortable here, I'm not, let's see, here's one right here. So I pull up that plant with my hands. I'm moving aside the wood chips, and I find these nice, clean potatoes. They weren't grown in dirt. They're not dirty. If you notice the ground, you see how damp it is. It has not been watered all summer. I'm moving it with my hands. You know how you do. You use a fork, and you poke holes in your potatoes. And so I've got them all. So look, I got a hole dug. Now watch this. I take my very biggest potato, put back in the hole, and I just plant it for next year. Did you see that? Could it get easier? And it almost looks like I'm having fun.
Like there.
Those green things? Okay.
No.
Now somebody here wants you to take these potatoes home because I don't want them. And they're really good. I have plenty.
Oh, so that's how he knows what's under there?
Oh, there's a dead.
Yeah.
Another one there.
So you can see it. There's here.
Hey guys,
There.
watch him. Look at this. Potatoes are all coming out of the ground.
Okay, this potato.
Now you kids, doesn't this look like fun?
Look,
Look at me. This.
he gets to play in the dirt all day.
Now,
There's a big one.
now you know why I plant the biggest one back?
Right there's a big one.
Okay. You know why I plant the biggest one back? You know better. You were taught in school to cut them in pieces. You know why I put the biggest one back? Checking with the Creator. When the Israelites came to the Promised Land, He told them, if you give me the first fruits, the biggest and best, I'll bless your garden. The same is true in agriculture. If you plant your biggest back, you get a higher return. And here's why. See, at each eye, a shoot comes out. Are you following me? As it grows, it feeds on the potato. So the larger the potato, the more shoots and more food to eat, you get more production. How stupid. The little ones taste the same as the big. Plant your biggest back. I mean, come on, invest in your future. Now, was that work? Was that hard? And I'm done. This is a whole process of planting and maintaining potatoes for the whole year. Are you getting it? The simplicity and ease? I love that word. Jesus says, come unto me all you who labor and heavy laden, I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and come learn of me. My yoke is easy. My burden is like, look at my hands, they're not even dirty. I'm just telling you, man, this is so easy. And potatoes is probably the finest survival food that is. They'll feed you the whole year, require no refrigeration, and they're really good for you. And so easy to grow. Yes?
I got one.
You got one? Let's keep the dirt off and eat it.
I'm sorry.
Try it?
I want to eat it.
Yeah, take it. These are really good.